Good morning, everybody. It's lovely to see you here this morning. Thank you so much for joining us for our FSB National Webinar on Franchising. I'm Ruth Lambert. I'm one of the development managers with the Federation of Small Businesses, and I look after Somerset and Wiltshire. So it's lovely to have you all with us today. We are going to be recording this webinar, as you've probably noticed, so don't worry about trying to take too many notes. We'll be circulating the link to find the webinar after this event, so you'll be able to catch up with that and watch it again if you need to watch the slides back. I'm going to shortly be handing over to our guest speaker, Jo Middleton from the Franchise Business School, and she's going to be talking for about 45 minutes, and then we'll have time for questions at the end. If you have any questions, you'll see down the bottom of your screen, there's a Q&A box. You can type them in there of them, and I'll make sure that I ask Jo about them at the end. The chat box won't actually be working during this session, so don't panic if you try and type something in. It's not you, it's us. We've switched it off. We want all the questions to go in the Q&A box so that we can keep an eye on them nice and easily. If you're not yet an FSB member, we'd love to have the chance to speak to you more about the things that we do other than the webinars. So do take a look at our website at fsb.org.uk to book a meeting with a membership advisor if that's of interest to you. But thank you so much, Jo, for joining us today. Really looking forward to finding out more about your experiences with franchising and the passing on the benefit of your own experience to those of us listening in today. So over to you, Jo, and thanks very much.
Thanks, Ruth. Delighted to be here. Thanks for inviting me on. Now, I have got some slides prepared, and I believe that Ness is going to be sharing this screen with the slides on. Oh, as if by magic, they've just popped up. Oh, that's the end of the presentation. So if we could skip back to the beginning, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. So my name's Jo Middleton, and I have been in the franchising industry for the best part of the last decade. I have, however, prior to that, run several other businesses as well. I always build my businesses up to sell them. And so I'm building them as an asset. And I'll tell you a bit more about me, just so you know who this lady is who's talking to you about franchising today and why I'm qualified to run Franchise Business School and help people to franchise their businesses. So we're going to be looking at what franchising is. We're going to be looking at who can actually franchise their business, the pros and the cons, and 5 things that you should know. So all of the journey that I've been on with my business life, I started my first business when I was pregnant with my first daughter, who is 22 this year. And I've been building and selling businesses ever since. The first business that I franchised was Dog First Aid, and that was founded in 2013, so 10 years ago. And all of the logos that you can see, I have either founded, all of them founded. Griffins, I'm very heavily involved with. Baby Ballers, I'm actually a franchisee for. I feel it's really important to walk the walk as well as talking the talk. So I own 4 Baby Ballers territories. We've got an alpaca therapy business, which is super cool. But the main 2 that are my business babies at the moment are over on the left there, which is Franchise Business School, where I help franchisors to grow their businesses and recruit more franchisees, and I help people to franchise their businesses. And underneath that, Wizzy Woo's Kids Clubs, which is financial literacy for children aged 4 to 11, which I'm just piloting before I franchise. I've won some cool awards along the way. I've been featured in Alison Edgar MBE's book Smash It, been quoted in Forbes, had my franchise featured as part of EF 100, so the top 100 franchises in the UK, up there with the likes of McDonald's and Subways and all the big brand franchises that you've all heard of. So I've got a fair bit of experience and some wealth of knowledge to bring to the table, and also loads of mistakes that I've made along the way that I can help you to not make too. So we're going to look at what franchising actually is. I'm just going to give you a brief whistle-stop tour of what franchising is. And if you want any more info, please do contact me. But franchising is basically you're giving someone the right to operate your business model in their local area. Now, there's lots of different terminology around franchising. So a franchisor is the person that franchises their business and gives the right to the franchisee who has the right to operate for a certain length of period, the term of the franchise agreement that signs and seals it all up. And they are given by the franchisor an operations manual, which is the kind of nuts and bolts of the day-to-day grind of running the business. Everything that the franchisor has gleaned from running the business successfully initially themselves before they franchised goes into that operations manual. And it is also ongoing a fluid document, so the operations manual can be amended by the franchisor to have best practice for the franchisee to operate their business in their local area. So franchising is something that can see you scale your business really quickly nationally and if eventually internationally. So if we come on to the pros of franchising, oh, sorry, I think we're coming on to who is franchising. I'm not in control of my slides because I've got dodgy internet today. So if we come on to the next slide, please, Ness. Lovely. Yeah. So who can franchise their business? So to be a franchisor, you need to be really driven and ambitious and motivated to see the bigger picture for your brand, the benefit to the end user, to be able to have that bigger impact on more people, more animals, or whoever your end user that benefits from your product or service. You need to be really driven to see more people impacted by what you do. Can we click through the bullets, please, Ness? So we have got ideally over a year's trading history behind you and under your belt, a positive trading history. I like to work with people who have got a 25% plus net profit margin in their business, so that there is a margin there for franchisees to comfortably pay ongoing franchise fees, so that they are able to have a viable business, which is what it's all about. It's about setting those franchisees up for ongoing success with your brand in their area. Every area of your business will need to be systemized and processed so that my 15-year-old could read your systems, your processes, your operations manual, and be able to implement the model. You need to be able to meet different learning styles through that. And preferably, you need to have a mindset where you are going to be able to pick that business up, move to the other side of the country, and you could start again with all the systems and the processes consciously along those lines. There are so many pros of franchising. If you put all the bullets up, Ness, I will go through them all. We're going to help more end users, as I said. You're going to have more people impacted by the end product or service that you provide. You're going to be able to protect your business through franchising. Now, this is something that one of the main reasons that I franchised Dog First Aid, because I also had a pet care business with a fleet of vans, Wiltshire Pet Care, and a great team of staff. And I was going to franchise the pet care business because lots of other people had already franchised pet care businesses, so I knew it was possible. I hadn't considered franchising Dog First Aid because no one had ever done it before, so I didn't think it was possible. But I had some copyright issues and I had so much demand for the service that as a single mum that I was at the time, I was dragging my children all around the country trying to meet the demand. Now, I got legal advice and I got some advice from my own business mentor, and they both suggested franchising. But I thought it's not possible because no one's done it in the whole world. There were no dog first aid franchises at all. So I did franchise it. And the reason that you can protect a franchise, protect your business through franchising is because everything is sewn up. Everything is all laid out, copywritten, all of your intellectual property, all of your assets are protected. So it's a really cool way of protecting your business and keeping up with the demand, because suddenly you're able to you're able to supply in lots of other areas through the franchisees that are operating your business model. You're able to maintain service levels, and I come across this as a understand that the no one can quite do it how they do it, and the quality of the product or service that they're supplying will be watered down through franchising. Whereas actually it's the opposite, because through the legal agreement, the franchise agreement, and the operations manual, you're able to have those in a way that everything is rolled out how you would want it to be. Now, obviously, different personalities come into play, and different personalities will attract different customers, which is pretty cool, because through a brand that you've set up, you're suddenly opening the doors to different customers coming into your business. But actually, through franchising, maintaining those service levels and having the same quality, and I'm going to refer to the golden arches of McDonald's because I think everyone watching will be aware of McDonald's, whether or not you agree with the product that they provide. So if you go into a McDonald's near me, or you go into a McDonald's near you, or you go into a McDonald's in Spain or in America, you're going to get the same look, the same feel, the same quality or of the product provided, and the same service levels. So that is all down to the way that their franchise business model is structured and the way things are set out. And it can be the same for you as well. You can set things out in your operations manual, in your franchise agreement, that means that the quality of the service levels that are provided by your business are protected. You can change people's lives. Now, this sounds a bit dramatic, and it's not something that I knew when I first franchised, and it wasn't, I think, maybe my fourth or fifth franchisee that came on board. With Dog First Aid, our ideal franchisees are veterinary professionals. The veterinary industry as a whole has got one of the highest suicide rates of any profession, sadly so. I had a vet come on board as a franchisee, awesome lady, and she actually completely transparently said, I'd like to come on board because I can't stay in the veterinary industry as I am at the moment. It's breaking me. I want to build a Dog First Aid franchise and sell it, to use the money as a house deposit for myself and my wife to move to Wales, at the other side of the country. So she had that intention, she had that mindset that she was going to build the business up to a really good saleable value to get that house deposit and move across the country. So I knew that from the word go. I knew she was motivated and driven because she had that ambition and that goal. But what I didn't know was actually how deep it was for her and how much it meant coming on board. And after her initial training, and she'd been running classes for a few months, she dropped her veterinary hours in practice down to 2 days a week so that she could retain her Royal College of Veterinary Surgeon status. You have to do a certain amount of hours every week to retain that status. So she dropped her hours right back, and she said to me on one of our support calls that actually running a franchise had saved her life, because she was at complete tipping point, and she was at that point where she couldn't carry on doing what she was doing, and she was having some really dark thoughts. So to be able to provide someone with the opportunity to change their lives and go from the rat race or whatever place they're in at the moment to running their own business, choosing their own working hours, choosing their own income levels. Now, we all know as business owners that running a business isn't skipping through the fields with the wind in your hair And there are some real roller coaster hold on tight moments. But to be able to provide someone with the opportunity to run a business that they're passionate about, but with a lower risk, because you've done all the hard work for them, you've provided them with all the systems and processes, and to do it with in a way that you have proven the model works, and all they've got to do is roll it out, is such a cool thing to be able to provide people with. And you can experience big business growth, as I've touched on. So when I sold Dog First Aid, we had franchisees from the north of Scotland all the way down to the Isle of Wight, and we were getting inquiries coming in from Croatia, Australia, New Zealand. I've worked with franchisors and helped them go over to Canada, to Australia, New Zealand, all of Europe. It is really cool to see the business that you started growing on such a level. And through franchising, it isn't necessarily as hard as you may think to go abroad, because in the UK, you're selling individual territories for people to operate the model in. Whereas when you're going abroad, what you're actually doing is looking for master licensees to effectively become you in that country. And they're the ones selling the franchise territories in that country. So you only have one point of contact in each country rather than having to deal with all those franchisees. So that's all the good stuff. Now let's look at the bad stuff. Can we move on to the cons, please, Ness? And can you do the same and put all the bullet points up for me to go through, please? So you will see franchise consultants, some franchise consultants, not all, I'm definitely not one of them, who would have you believe that this time next year through franchising, you'll be lying on a beach, sipping a cocktail, you'll be flying business class wherever you want, whenever you want. And this magic money tree of passive income has just suddenly sprung and is popping money into your account every month quite with ease and flow, and it's amazing. That is definitely not the case to start with. Definitely not the case to start with. Because the initial franchise fee, so if you imagine you're charging, say, a 10% franchise fee. So if you imagine 10% of what you're earning now, what comes into your business now, coming into your bank account for your franchise business from each franchisee that comes on board, there is a certain period of time where the franchise fees are not covering the initial outgoings. So one of the things that I do with my clients is work on a 10-year bigger picture vision. We look at what break-even point is for the franchise business, for when franchise fees are going to break even. And that is our immediate goal. We need to get X amount of franchisees in as soon as possible to reach break even point. And we pad it all out on our cash flow forecast. We play with the figures until everyone's happy that they work, and that the initial franchise fees after that point, after that break even point, are going to be enough moving forward. So the initial franchise fees are the lump sum payments. The ongoing franchise fees are the percentage of revenue that the franchisee pays to the franchisor every month. You're in charge of how much that is, and there's a way of working out what the break-even point is and having a minimum in place for your franchisees to pay so that you hit that business break-even point and are able to make sure that the franchisee still has a viable business to operate, as well as being a win-win for head office too. Supporting franchisees initially as a franchisor can be quite a heavy task to do, because you're suddenly getting asked all these questions. You spent all this time and energy and money on franchising the business, and you're like, hey, here's the nuts and bolts, and they're looking at it going, well, I don't know what that means. They've got different learning styles that need to be met, or having a different set of eyes over what you're doing. It's almost like you realize that you've got a curse of knowledge at the moment, and you've forgotten the steps that were at the beginning of when you started your business, and you've forgotten how you used to do things back then, or what questions you asked yourself or the people around you at that time. So supporting franchisees can be quite hard work. And also the first 3 to 5 franchisees that come on board need to be pilot franchisees. So you will sell them the territory at a cheaper initial fee, and you'll work closely with those franchisees to iron out any teething problems in the model, so that from that point onwards, you're able to really scale. It is hard work, it is graft, and I'll come on to a bit more about that in a minute. And it is completely out of your comfort zone to start with, because you have been selling something that is for pounds, and suddenly you're selling something that's for thousands of pounds. And it's a real conscious step to step out into the world and maybe stand up at a business networking meeting and say, hi, my name is Jo and I am a franchisor. To sell people the business model that you've started can be something that feels quite you get a lot of mind monkey chatter, and quite self-doubt creeps in, and you maybe won't sell a franchise for 6 months when you first franchise your business, and your helpful friends and family with the best of intention are saying, well, was it worth it? Have you sold one yet? And just asking these questions, and you're sort of, oh gosh, no, I haven't. I was actually speaking to one of the members of my franchise or membership last week on a strategy call, and she was saying that she was dreading meeting with family over half term because she hadn't sold a franchise territory since they last saw her, and she was dreading having having the question of, so how's it going? How many have you sold? And she she was quite dreading going along for that picnic. Trusting others. Now, I've put this one in here because when you found a business and you put all that hard work in, you put that blood, sweat, and tears into the business, you are trusting other people now with your business model, and you have to let go to a certain extent and trust yourself and the systems and the processes that you've laid out to be a structure that works to help that person implement the business model in their area. So it might be that, again, last week on a strategy call with a different franchisor, she was saying that her first franchisee that she's just recruited had posted something on social media, and she was a bit, oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't have posted that. And unless it is watering down the brand, unless it's something that is not in alignment, you do need to just trust that they are going to do things with their stamp of personality on them as well. So you do need to be able to slightly let go, just a little bit. And if you see something that you're really not sure about, you really don't like, pull the franchisee on it, not be afraid to say that in the best interest of the brand, in the best interest of all franchisees and the head office business, we do things this way because and some franchisors will actually lay out all the social media assets that their franchisees are allowed to use, and they're not able to use ones that are outside of those parameters. Other franchisors will actually manage their franchisees' social media for them and sell it to the franchisees as an additional service that they provide, and charge a bolt-on fee to the franchise agreement, a monthly fee for software, for example, so that franchisees are paying the franchisors for their time. There are ways around, but it's about what you're comfortable with and how you're able to set the operations manual up and the systems and processes in place so that you feel that you can sleep at night knowing that those franchisees are going to be accurately representing the brand. Just going back to supporting franchisees up near the top there. Now, most franchisors will come to a tipping point, usually about 10, 12 franchisees, where they're at a point where they're ready to recruit a franchise development manager, or perhaps a virtual assistant who's got some business coaching experience, for example, or someone who works closely with the head office team. And that person acts as a buffer between the franchisor and the franchisees and carries out the support calls. It completely depends on your business model, the margins that are involved, and how much the franchisee is able to generate back into head office at what point that tipping point is. I always recommend that franchisors do initially work with the pilot franchisees themselves because no one knows your business like you do. However, it's worth bearing in mind that there will come a point where having someone as that buffer between you and the franchisees will be really beneficial. Not just from a take the pressure off point of view and free up your time, but also from a strategic point of view moving forwards. You're not able to scale your business and reach that bigger picture 10-year vision that I work on with my clients without having the mind space to be able to think clearly rather than being caught up in the day-to-day running of the franchise business. So bear in mind that there will come a point where you want to have that buffer in place. And I'd say the sooner that the cash flow forecasts allow that to be put in, the better that is. If you can have someone with you during the pilot process, during the pilot franchisee support calls, and introduce someone then that's really cool. One thing that isn't on the cons of franchising is that franchisees generally, and I know I'm generalizing here, but generally franchisees don't like change because they're running their own business under your umbrella. So the franchising business model is really different from any other model, including licensing. So franchising is a type of licensing, but it's very different. So you've got the head office business, your business that you've franchised. Your customers are now franchisees. They're not the end users. The end users become the franchisees' customers. I hope that makes sense. It's like a little tier system. Your head office business has to therefore have a sort of holistic view of who they're marketing to, because you're marketing to attract new franchisees who are your customers, but they might not be the same as the end user who will be using the franchisee service. So you need to bear in mind as a brand that you're attracting both tiers of the business there. Okay, so let's just move on to 5 things that you should know. Number 1, trademark registration. So when a franchisee comes on board, they are buying the right to use your trademark. So if you haven't already trademarked, you need to trademark your business. Your logo, the wording of your logo, you need to trademark it. Oh, sorry, can we just go back to trademark? I'll come on to graphic design in a second. Thanks, Ness. So with that trademark registration, there are a couple of things to bear in mind. Now, one is how big are you thinking that you're going to go with this, and where do you want your trademark protected? So initially, UK-based businesses will trademark with the Intellectual Property Office, and you can go onto the IPO website and do a search for your business name and see what comes up. And it should pull up similar things as well. So if there are similar things to your business name, when you put a trademark application in, the other businesses that are similar in name will be advised. They'll be written to, or their legal representative will be written to, and they can oppose your trademark registration, and they can actually stop you from registering that trademark. And I know some franchisors who are really big brands now, really big international brands now, and they actually changed their business name before they franchised so that they could franchise. They could trademark it and go on and franchise. So it may be that you need to change your business name. And then thinking bigger picture, if you are going international, does your business name mean anything rude in other countries? So I know one brand that they're very successful in the UK, but they went to franchise abroad and were told, no, you can't do that because that actually means a rude word in this country. They had no idea at all. So just having a little bit of digging, a bit of due diligence into what your business name means and whether there are other brands out there with similar business names. And also, while you're on the Intellectual Property Office website, have a look at the classes that maybe competitors or similar businesses in your sector are using. What classes have they trademarked under, and what classes would you need to trademark your business intellectual property under to make sure that you're accurately protected? It's different additional costs per class, but you can't add classes on retrospectively, so it's better to add them on straight away. And final point on trademarks before I move on. When this is a mistake that I made, and I would hate for anyone else to fall foul to it. So before I franchised, I was trading as a sole trader. To franchise your business, you want to set up a limited company and trade as a limited company. Before I set the limited company up and I was trading as a sole trader, before I franchised, I registered the trademark to that sole trader company. Then I set up the limited company and I franchised, but suddenly the trademark was owned by a legal entity that didn't exist. Didn't exist at all because the sole trader company had ceased completely. Now, if it had been in my name or if it had been in the limited company name, then that would have been different. So we had to go through a whole process with solicitors. It's quite costly to get that set up. Different franchise solicitors will tell you different things about who should own the trademark. Some will say that you should own it personally, because then if a franchisee brought a claim against a limited company, the trademark, which is the biggest asset, is not at risk because it's owned by you personally. Others say that because it is the biggest asset of the franchise, the limited company, the franchise limited company should own the trademark. So, you know, different people, different experiences, I guess, different things to bring to the table. I own some of my trademarks in my limited companies. I own some of them personally. I'm not sure what the right answer is. I'm not a solicitor. But yeah, food for thought. If we can go on to number 2, please, Ness. So we are looking now at who designs your logo. Who designed that logo? If that logo was designed and sent over to you without a transfer of ownership document being signed by the graphic designer, you need to get a formal transfer of ownership document signed off before you trademark it. Or in the future, they can come back and claim ownership of their design. Even though money has changed hands, even though you've paid them for it, that is not enough to say that you own that logo. And as I said with the trademark with point 1, that graphic design is the biggest, that logo and the wording of your business name, all the intellectual property associated is really big, and the logo design is a massive one. Now, there was a company, a very well known company, and my brain has gone completely blank, but I think it was Innocent Smoothie. I'll do some digging and confirm on that one, but I think it was Innocent Smoothie. And they were just some mates that set up the company, and one of them just drew the graphic design, drew the logo for it. They didn't think anything of it. That mate went off and went and got a job, and the other guys carried on, and obviously the brand grew and became really big. But years down the line, that person had a claim because their logo, their ownership was being used. That they owned the intellectual property, even though it was trademarked, even though it had been designed and in good faith. So make sure that you either have already had that as part of your sign off, where as part of the graphic design process, it's all written off with a proper agreement that it's signed off as your ownership now, or you need to get a transfer document signed up, drawn up, and your graphic designer needs to sign it, and money needs to change hands, even if it's only £1. So make sure that that is sealed before you look into franchising any further. Number 3, please, Ness. Mindset shift. Okay, so I've already touched on this under the cons. Now, for me, this was a massive one, and I really do think it stopped me selling franchises initially and getting my head into the game and going from little old me business owner, and I just help local people with what I do, to actually being the owner of a national brand when you have no franchisees can feel like you've got that imposter syndrome rife in your brain. And it's really about recognizing why you're feeling like that, recognizing that you're feeling like it, and recognizing why you're feeling like it. And 9 times out of 10, that little mind monkey chatter that's going on in your brain, where you're getting that, who are you to sell franchise territories? Look at that franchisor there. They've really got their game knuckled. You'll never be as good as them. All of those little mind monkey chatter things that go on. I like to call my mind monkey Marvin. And I'm like, shush, Marvin. But all of those mind monkey things, actually what it is your mind trying to protect you, because you're stepping outside of your comfort zone and you're stepping into unknown charted territory. So Marvin, or whoever your mind monkey is that's talking that nonsense, you need to recognize why they're doing it. They're saying, play small, stick to what you know. You know there's no risk doing this. So you thank them for it. Thank you, Marvin. I know what you're saying. Thanks for trying to keep me playing small. But actually, I know that my business can help so many more people through franchising. And I always feel that if you're not franchising your business with that in mind, if you're franchising it because you want more money, solely because you want to make a quick buck, then that's not for you. Franchising is not for you. If you always have the end user at the heart of all your decisions, and you know what your business does for people, and you know how you can help other people to achieve what you've achieved to date, and to have that satisfaction of knowing that they're helping those end users. If you keep all of that in your mind, it can help really drive you forward and expedite the process of becoming a successful franchisor, flipping that mindset, thanking Marvin, and moving forwards. Number 4, please. Warm audience building. Now, why someone did not tell me, or any franchisor, this right at the beginning of the franchising journey. So when I work with someone on franchising a business, this is one of the first things that we're looking at. Most consultants, in fact, I don't know any other consultants that do this, they will go through the operations manual, the legal agreement, cash flow forecasts, and wave you on your way. Well, that's no good. It's like, thanks very much. I've got a franchise business, but who am I selling to, and how do I sell those franchises? So this is something that I really work closely with my clients on, because I feel that it sets franchisors up for success if you can fast track that business growth for them, and you can fast track them attracting the right people to their brand to become their pilot franchisees, and then ongoing franchisees from there. So warm audience building, and knowing or having a really good idea of who you want to run your business, not who would buy, but who you want, who you think would be a good representation of your brand in their local area. So, for example, you want someone who is going to take ownership for their decisions. You want someone who's going to hold themselves accountable. You want someone who's self-motivated, a self-starter, someone who takes responsibility for their actions. You don't want someone who's stuck in the blame, excuses, negative Nelly, denial trap. And then you want to think about what sector they might be in at the moment. What might they be doing with their lives right now? And how can you reach them? And how can you, while you're going through the franchising process, start to build a container, for want of a better word, to hold them in and keep them warm, so that when the time comes, you're ready to roll your franchise out, they are ready to sell to, because you've built that know, like, trust feeling with them. So building a warm audience is really key. Number 5, last but definitely not least, something else I wish someone had told me. And I know that all the franchisors that I work with feel the same on this one. When you first franchise your business, you need to have a structure in place that enables you to run 2 different businesses. The business that you are franchising and the business that is the franchise head office business. So you need to be able to continue running the business that you're in, or have a structure with staff and team in place that are able to carry on running that business while you're focusing on selling franchise territories. Initially, when you're going through the franchising process, you need to have the time freed up to allow you to be going through that process. And I recommend 5 to 10 hours a week to focus on the franchising process. And then once you launch your franchise, you need to be able to dedicate as much time as possible on selling franchise territories and supporting those initial franchisees. So you can see how point 4 fits in really well there, and point 3. Because if you've got the right mindset, and if you've already got a warm audience to sell to, it's going to fast track the success of your franchise business. Having the structure for 2 businesses in place is so key, because if you don't have that structure in place, you find that all your time is getting sucked into the day-to-day running of the business that you franchised, and it delays the speed at which you're able to grow the franchised business. So I hope that helps, guys. I'll hand back over to Ruth, but before I do so, we can just go on to the last slide there. One of my bugbears is that myself and many other franchisors had to spend literally tens of thousands of pounds. And I know myself, and I know many other franchisors who were stung. I know one lady who was advised by her consultant to remortgage her house to pay for his fees, which is just so wrong in my mind. Excuse me. I know someone else who was charged a £900 a month retainer by a franchise consultant, and still after 5 years had no franchisees. There are so many horror stories. So oh, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. So for me, making sure that prospective franchisees can access the information they need to make an informed decision is really important. So I run a free challenge several times a year for people who want to franchise their business. We look at the foundations of franchising, and there's also some free resources over on the website as well. Over to you, Ruth.
That's great. Thank you so much, Jo. I think you've taken us through in a very logical way how that works. I know you've disappeared off my screen now. I know you're having internet problems today. So thank you as well for battling through with that. And thank you to everyone listening for bearing with the slight dipping in and out of Jo's internet there. Oh, she's almost back. But we've had a few questions through, so I'm hoping that you will be able to hear me. A couple of them are on the topics of franchise territories. So how do you work out the size and location of a franchise territory? How do you know how many to create? And what do you do if someone goes off their patch? How do you cope with that? You're muted at the moment, so just to let you know. It could be your coughing.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just muted while I'm having a coughing.
Jo's just slowly fading away in the background there. Let's bear with her till she has finished her coughing. Hopefully she'll come back. There we go. Are you there,
sorry
Jo?
About that.
Did you hear the question? Or would you like me to repeat it?
No, I got you. I just have got a really bad frog in my throat. So the territories are detailed in the schedule of the franchise agreement, and you don't have to have territories. Not every franchise does, but most do. And they're geographically defined based on demographics that you know will work to run your business. So the demographics that you're trading in locally now would be a good starting place. However, there are many franchisors that start off by having the whole country mapped out. So they've got something that they can actually sell. But that's not always the best way, because they give away large chunks of the country. And as you pilot the model, you see that maybe it's easier to give away smaller territories and add on to them than it is to give a large chunk and take it away, because it's like legally all signed up through the franchise agreement. So we work with a mapping company who are really intuitive and really familiar with franchising, and they will look at all the demographics and recommend the territories that you want. It's all based on the last census, so it's pretty accurate information. And they provide maps and postcode areas and really detailed breakdowns down to the number of sort of 0 to 2-year-olds in the territory. It's really, really intuitive.
Oh, that's good. Thanks, Jo. Your camera's not on. I don't know whether that's your broadband issues or whether you've switched it off when you were coughing.
I just switched it off while I was coughing. I didn't think anyone needed to see that.
Oh, fair enough. Well, here we go. You're coming back on again. So what about tips if you find that someone is going off their patch and not behaving themselves?
They're not legally allowed to go off patch, so it's not recommended at all. So they would be in breach of their franchise agreement. So there would be measures in place that you would be able to take to stop them doing that. However, what you find is that, for example, if you're based in Southampton and you sell a franchise in Scotland, for example, that franchisee will suddenly start getting inquiries from outside of their territory because people can see the brand around. I don't recommend that you allow a franchisee to operate outside of their territory unless they've already proven themselves in their territory, because it can cause all sorts of problems. Myself and my co-host Ed Purnell run a podcast called Full Disclosure, and we've done a whole episode recently all about franchisees operating outside of territories. However, once they've proven themselves in that territory and they can see for themselves that it's a viable business model in their area, they don't need to rely on external territory income. There is a way of putting an agreement in place, a guardian agreement or a caretaker agreement, where they are able to operate in the neighbouring territory, but you have the right to cease that as the franchisor with 30 days notice if you sell the territory, and they would have an incentive kickback off the sale of that neighbouring territory, so that if it was built up with a customer base, it would be worth more, so you could sell it for more as a franchisor and they would get a bigger kickback, so they're incentivized to build the territory up.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Another question we've had is, what is the average cost of a franchisee solicitor? Is there such a thing as an average cost? And how do you go about finding a good one, I guess, as well? That would be another question.
Wow, I've worked with quite a few over the years, and I've got 2 in particular that I would trust 100%, that have seen me through some challenges with franchisees, and seen me through business sales and all sorts of stuff. But I know others who maybe wouldn't be at such a level or have the experience, because everyone has different experiences. There are different, everyone's got something different to bring to the table, I guess. And like I said about trademarks, different franchise solicitors, different intellectual property solicitors will recommend different things. So it's a bit tricky. But in terms of costs, I know a really good franchise solicitor who will do a franchise agreement for about £2,500–3,000. And I know other ones that will charge you 6. So it really does vary. Some franchise solicitors will recommend that you have a pilot franchise agreement first and then a full franchise agreement. Other franchise solicitors will say that you can use the same agreement, but with the pilot territories, you have a break clause in, and it details about the business being piloted. And then once you go on and sell full franchises, you just remove those clauses.
No, that's great. Thank you. That's really useful. Another question: would you recommend the International Franchise Show in London as a good place to, I guess, advertise your franchise?
Oh, well, to advertise, I don't know is the answer. So I know people who've sold master licenses at the International Franchise Show, and I know people who've spent a lot of money on a stand and not seen a return. So it really is a sort of how long is a piece of string kind of question, I'm afraid. But in terms of attending and going along, it is awesome if you're a franchise nerd like me.
That leads on to another question, though. I mean, you mentioned promoting the opportunity through networking. Is that the best way that you found to promote franchise opportunities, or what is it that has worked for you in the past?
So I've got a 4Ps system, 4Ps of the ideal franchisee. So we profile franchisees based on their profession, their personalities, their pastimes, and their passions. And then we look at where those franchisees are going to be now before they come on board as a franchisee, and we go to them there. So I wouldn't say necessarily a networking meeting would be right for all prospective franchisors to attract new franchisees, because they're already usually business owners at the networking meeting. So it may be, if your business model is to attract business owners, then that might be the right fit. But if, for example, you're attracting primary school teachers, you're not going to find them at a business networking meeting.
No, that's fair enough. So it says whatever's appropriate for your business then, I guess. Right. Well, I think we've come to the end of everybody's questions. Thank you so much again, Jo, for taking the time to talk us through all of that, and coping with all your coughing and technical issues so well. We do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody who joined us for the session today. Just a reminder that it has been recorded. It will be available on our on-demand page, and we'll be emailing you all afterwards with details of that, and with Jo's details in case you want to follow anything up with her. And if you enjoyed the event today, I'd like to encourage you to go onto Trustpilot and give us a review, please. We're a membership organisation. We do our best to support small businesses as much as we can, so we'd love to know what you think about what we're doing. So please do take the time to do that if you can. But thank you so much, everybody. We will let you go, and wish you good luck with your franchise journey if you choose to embark on it. So thank you so much. Goodbye.